been a long, very hard road, my friend. The only thing that makes it truly worthwhile is to perform. I could never retire. To do so would be to go to my grave.
It's just I'm driven to do it. I really don't know how to explain it except that it's my passion, and if I don't do that, I'm just unhappy and bored. You know, I saw how my parents were and how their friends were, and how they stuck in these lives, and I wanted to be more. My ambition has always been to be a movie director since I was very young, so that's always been first.
Me, he's just a friend. I think, you know, like most of us, you know, he has his insecurities and dreams and, you know, beliefs. I think like all crazy people, he's an artist. And we're stupid. We do stuff because we want to. Everything else is secondary. And of course, then we had the one that...
Mitch and I have, you know, we've become like a filmmaking duo. He's been involved in everything I've done. He's like me, I mean, in a lot of ways.
Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
We did A Thorn in Paradise. And that's actually, I just used my armor from when I used to fight.
Yeah.
And then, and this is where I build.
We're both kind of just can't fit into the system. Don't really want to, but just can't. You know, we just totally live to create.
And it's always been, you know, get what you can and work with what you got. Anything that you do that isn't strictly mental costs money. You know, everything.
Scheduling's much easier when you have a budget, when you're paying everyone. You can tell them when to be there.
If you can't build a Western town, make a miniature Western town and film the other things, you know, do the forced perspective, and you got a Western town. I don't think it ever tries to be something it's not.
I've been married for 25 years. But then when I started writing and directing and producing my own stuff, she did help a lot. She was a line producer on most of them. And I've lost many jobs because, you know, I wasn't focused on them and I was focused on some film gig. I don't think it's made my life any easier. It's all I want to do, so I don't feel like I have any choice about it.
Is it practical? No, still gonna do it. It's something you have to do.
And then when I got the job writing The Fear, I can remember her and her mother like just dumbfounded that he actually got hired to write a movie. So I had always wanted to make a movie called The Crawling Brain. So someone threw money at me, and so I jumped on that because I figure if Herman Cohen and all those guys had been able to do nudity and gore in their films, they would have.
Filming Ron break so many laws.
So he came up to me with this project. I got this project. These Korean investors, they're gonna take the effect scenes from Terminator, and they want you to shoot some stuff with a lot of tits and ass to fill out the story. It's gonna be called Turburator.
She's fucking the frog. I hate that. Shoot her. You missed. Shoot her again. I couldn't have missed. The bitch is right there. She's not going down, boss. Shit.
And so I did it. I made this thing. It was a mess. Oh, it was awful. But it got done.
Our scene in Tiki, we built that in 20 minutes.
Shot most of it at Spokane Falls, had all local actors. And it was a neat little film. It's just terrible reviews, but boy, I think it's a lot more fun than it has any right to be. A Man Without a Saddle is a short Western film I made, and I transplanted it from colonial India to colonial America.
Piss on all of you.
The last story is a film called The Road that I made in 2007, a little, kind of a zombie movie, sort of, about a road that's cursed, and the people that have died on the road in car accidents wander.
Is it too late for us? Can we change the road we're on? Well, that question can only be answered by you out there.
I want to do things that move people, that incite emotions, and I haven't done a lot of that in the past. A little bit in these last few years, and there's a few films that I think get pretty touching in places, but I'm trying to find the theme of my life. I mean, I suppose loneliness has been the thing, especially since my divorce. But even when I was married, I felt alone a lot. I've always kind of felt apart and alone, and also I think that it's kind of a strength, and it's when I'm away from home, I'm often just can't wait to get back, especially when I'm at work. So it's my space. So I don't know. There's some deep shit here.
If you're an artist, if you're a creative type, whether it's a musician or a filmmaker or, you know, whatever, you're gonna do it because it's what you're made of. So why does Ron do it? It's because it's what he's made of. You know, otherwise he does the same thing everybody else does and just fucks up through life. You know, so it's the art that is the thing we do that isn't just fucking up through life.
The animation has been a revelation to me. I've thought about it for years. So I guess what I'm saying is the animation has opened up a lot of new avenues for me because I can tell any story I want to. Just broke up with another girlfriend because I've been away from animation too long. I need to get back to it. I have absolute freedom. If I don't want to do a project, I don't have to. I have a day job. These things I don't make a living off them anyway. So there's like a love-hate thing there where I want to be with people and I don't quite get it. But you know, I suppose it's somewhere in there is my big struggle.
Is that in your movies?
Probably. I can't think of intentionally where. It's kind of something I'm just sort of realizing as I talk. You ask the question, maybe it will be a future movie.